With winter now on its way, it's time to look at adding some protection to our vehicles. And this time round, it's using Gtechniq G1 to protect our windscreen and glass around the car to improve visibility. First things first, as always, whenever we're going to protect something, we need to ensure that we're protecting a clean and well decontaminated surface. Now, this all starts with the wash stage. Here I'm using Classics Adam car shampoo, which I actually plan to make a video on in the near future, so give this video a like if you want to see that come soon. With the XL in Credipab, kind of my go-to wash combination at the moment. Once the car's washed, obviously give it a good thorough rinse off to remove all of the shampoo and the dirt that the shampoo's carried away. The next job on the list would be to decontaminate the windscreen. Here I'm using a piece of clay along with my car shampoo that was used in the previous stage. Some people use a dedicated lubricant, but for me, I've got car shampoo in my bucket already. Why not continue using that? Let's not make detailing more expensive than it already is. That's what I say. Now, I'm sure you've watched my clay bar videos in the past, and if you haven't, there'll be links popping up now. But light pressure on the clay bar, it doesn't work off of force. It actually works off of friction. So you can see I'm moving my hands really quick here. The quicker that clay bar's working, the more effective it's going to be at shaving off any contamination that's stuck in that glass. Now, the idea with this is it's going to give that coating a really clean surface to bond to. Without that clean surface, you're not going to get that even layer. That might actually affect the protection level of it, how long it lasts, and also something you might not think about, how well are the wipers going to work with the coating on the windscreen. As a lot of people complain about windscreen wiper judder when they've coated their windscreen. This is one of those little stages that can help minimise that. And there you have it. That was just from the windscreen alone. There we've got a mixture of road tar, old bugs and tree sap. Well worth doing in my opinion. Now on my side glass there were some slight markings. Now a lot of people might wince at this point, but actually a really effective way to clean stubborn stains off of glass is an extremely fine wire wool and a bit of glass cleaner. Just pinch the top edge of the glass, run the wire wool up and down it. Do not worry, you will not scratch your glass. You've seen people use razor blades in the past and it doesn't scratch. This wire wool will come nowhere near scratching your glass, but as you can see, it quickly and effectively removes any stains. Now, the one last thing we can do in the decontamination stage, well, at least the preparation stage, would be to polish the glass. A lot of people think polishing is to remove scratches. Well, to remove scratches out of a windscreen you're going to be doing very well. It's probably the toughest material you've got on your car. The idea behind this is it's just going to remove any light contamination that's remaining on the windscreen or any road film that wasn't picked up by the clay bar. A small amount goes a long way with glass polish, and you'll probably find that you'll need to use a little bit of glass cleaner to lubricate it coming off. Here you can see I'm using my go-to glass cleaner, Auto Finesse Crystal. A nice product that's quite heavily alcohol based, so it evaporates real quick. What this is going to do is just make what is quite a tough product to remove a little bit easier. Still going to have to work the product quite heavily, and you don't want to work too large an area. Fortunately, my little smart car's got a very small windscreen, so I can do half at a time. But maybe I'd recommend doing a larger windscreen in sort of a quarter area at a time. Thoroughly buff that so you ensure that you have no glass polish left. That will then leave you with a crystal clear vision of where you're going to lay down your glass coating. For me, Gtechniq G1 is my go-to glass coating. I've played around with a few others over the years, but I've always gone back to that. And more recently, Gtechniq have stepped up the level of their product by giving it these swanky boxes with nice graphics on and some nice instructions. A nice touch. Inside the box you'll find the G1, G2 Residue Remover, some applicator pads, and then maybe the less needed instruction manual and glass sticker. We'll get back to that in a minute. That's why you're watching this video. Now the thing I always find with these products is the label doesn't quite fit. Maybe something that could be improved in the future, Gtechniq. Like I say, you won't need that instruction manual and that glass sticker, so let's get rid of them early doors. Now take the G1 and apply a couple of dots of coating to the applicator pad. Next, work the applicator in side-to-side motions. Now this will all make sense, but I have a specific way of doing this, and it is to ensure even coverage across the windscreen, which will give you the best durability and protection for your glass. Now actually you only see me put 4 dots of coating on that applicator and you see it goes a long way. What you will notice is how quickly it flashes off the windscreen. 1 second it looks wet and the next second it looks like it's pretty much cured. You can see that very much instantly. Now like I say, do the whole windscreen in a side-to-side motion. Once you've done that first layer on the windscreen, add a little bit more coating to your applicator if it's still in good condition, or grab a new applicator if needed, and then work around the side glass. So on this car I had 2 doors to do, the rear screen to do, and actually the whole roof is glass, so I did the roof as well. The trick with Gtechniq G1 is you want to apply one single layer to the sides and the rear of the car, as these aren't exposed to the same elements and wear and tear as the windscreen. Then the windscreen will come back and do a second and third layer on. But while we're here, obviously we're going to coat all of the glass on the car, so that includes the wing mirrors. Now with the sides and the rear of the car done, it's back to the windscreen. I've grabbed the new applicator here, so this is my second one. You can now see I'm working in vertical lines. So the idea here is that we're going to cover every square inch of the windscreen in different directions to ensure absolute perfect application. You'll notice that we're starting to build up the layers now as we're putting this layer on, and you can see the layers underneath. This is one of those aspects that helps give it that durability. After the second layer has been on the windscreen for about 5 minutes, you can come back and do that third and final layer. Now for absolute maximum coverage, I've gone in circular motion. So we started off side to side, we've gone up and down, and now we're just ensuring it's all perfect by going in small circles for maximum coverage. Like I say, this will give you the best durability through these winter months that lie ahead of us. One thing that is recommended, again, to reduce that classic windscreen wiper judder, is to apply a really fine layer of the G1 onto your windscreen wipers. Now always do this last because it will ruin the applicator, but like I say, a thin layer and just leave it on there. No need to remove it, let it cure, and that will help the performance of the wipers with the coating. It all comes together at the end, don't worry. Finally, once coating is cured for about 15 minutes on the glass, it will be fully bonded. Then take an applicator pad and apply some G2 to the glass. This is the residue remover. As you can see, it effortlessly removes the bonded coating. A microfiber cloth on its own tends not to be enough to remove glass coating, just because of how strong it is. It's very different to paint coating, but the G2 kind of makes it effortless. Now, if you're into detailing and you do a lot of this, you'll open G2, realise what it is, and you'll know you've probably got some isopropyl alcohol that will do the same job. But for the purpose of the video, G2 is what I'll use. With that all done, you will now have perfectly clear and protected glass for the winter months ahead. Now, the thing I always find is, I never see quite the finished results that I wanted. So, a week or two actually after filming this video, it started raining, which was perfect for me. So I decided to don the GoPro and head out for a little drive so you could actually see what the water behaviour is like in a real world environment. Here I'm doing about 20 miles an hour off of the roundabout going onto a slip road, and as soon as I start to travel over 30 miles an hour, the water actually sheets off quicker than you realise, giving you clear visibility quickly. Actually reduces the need for the wipers as much. For me, they're a bit of a headache when it rains, so not using them as much is perfect. I hope these finish shots really do help you understand why we put glass coating on your windscreen. And I hope that you've enjoyed this handy how-to guide of how to correctly apply Gtechniq G1 to your windscreen and how to get these wicked results for yourself. As always, it's very much appreciated that you've decided to tune in today. Be sure to share, like, comment, subscribe to build this channel into a bigger detailing channel. I hope to continue pushing out this sort of detailing content to you, whether it's products or a how-to guide. If you've got something you want to see featured on the channel, drop a comment on the video, drop me a message, be sure to get in touch and I will be more than happy to cover that for you. And I'll always try and reply to as many comments as I can. As always, thanks for watching and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers!